He sends it to the outside. He can't get there. Kevin King is going to win the Martinsville FTF Cup Series.
To the lead. Bud gets wrecked in front of the pack. He saves it. 3-4 wide as they come to the white flag.
Here comes Vargas down on the apron. They are 5 wide. Ian Plash will win it at the line. Is this package? Oh, there goes Jordan Lopez Jr. That's your race leader. Caution flag is out.
Still no one willing to give up as they are going to be dead even off of the first chicane.
Oh, he saves it. What's going to happen here? Here comes the canvas. Oh, get your front gear. He's got it. He's got it. Get there. No. Canvas is going to win.
The clock is ticking, and the drivers are preparing to go on track at Martinsville. Welcome to FTF.GG's coverage of the WINSTEL 2003 season this Sunday evening here on our channel. My name is Derek Watson, and I'm here tonight running solo, calling all the action we'll see on track. Now, this race will be an example of polar opposites from 1 week ago. Last week, we were at Texas, a very large facility with many lanes of racing, high speed, and lots of green flag racing. This week, maybe not so much. A small track, 1.5 lanes of racing, and not much time on the throttle. We'll be using the Gen 4 vehicles here around Martinsville, and I expect to see lots of beating and banging, bumpers being used, and maybe an upset driver or two when this is all said and done. All right, so the drivers are already off on the grid, and they are rolling here for a pace lap. We'll take a quick look through our results. You see Zach Campbell got the pole with Parker Alexander on the outside, Jacob Potak and Brandon McKissick, Jose Solis Jr. and Dylan Roberts, James Holzer and Evan Locke, and then Alex Kolinix and Mike Alexander will round out your top 10. The rest of it will scroll through your screen here as the field paces around, getting ready for their green flag. Of note, you'll see Emily Howe there on the outside in 15, Nicholas Doucette, the 24, on the outside as well. And the field will continue to scroll here. You'll see Matt Skipper in the 43, and the last one here, you see Ben Hancock in the back with Ali Osman. We'll see if they can make their way forward as the race progresses. All right, pace car is off. We'll see who wants to go home on the grandfather clock here in 100 laps or so. Green flag here at Martinsville. Well, that didn't take long. Caution is out back in turn 1. That is going to be, I believe, Micah Allard. I think I saw turned around. A few others there as well. So caution number 1, not even a full lap in here at Martinsville. Zach Campbell did lead the field around, as you saw on your screen, and he will continue to be our leader under these laps. Woo, pace car there. Sorry about that. Let's see what happens on a replay here. They're going to go. This is going to be to the line. We're looking at that baby blue car in the inside lane. Oh, this got turned by the 2 car. That old blue Deuce got in there and turned him around. That is Chris Champeau who's going to make the hit here. So Champeau will be tagged. Yep, that's pretty easy to see. So one person. And then you see in the second wreck on the outside, that's the 43 being spun around. That's going to be Matt Skipper, we just pointed out. Got spun around there as well. So 2 different wrecks here. All right, well, that didn't take long. As we said, we thought we'd see some bumpers being used, and they proved me right. So welcome in here to our race of Martinsville. This, of course, is following the 2003 season of NASCAR. So this race occurred a little over 13 years ago, April 13th, 2003. So 13 years and 10 days ago. Just some fun trivia for you while we're going around under caution here. Your top song at the time on this Race in Real Life was In the Club by 50 Cent. Your top movie, Anger Management with Adam Sandler. All right, well, with the rules we have here in this league and in 2003 NASCAR, all these cars are going to start on the outside lane for this start. If we had any lap down cars, they would be on the inside But timing and scoring does not show me any lap down cars, so everyone will start on the outside, and they're going to hug the outside because until the start-finish line, you can only pass on the outside. Now, of note for Not Real Life Race 13 years ago, your winner, the 24 car, Jeff Gordon. And his counterpart in this race will be Nicholas Doucette, who is back in 18th place currently. He was pulling down on the inside a little bit there, back in line. That's not Nicholas inside, sorry, that's... Yeah, so Jeff Gordon won this race. All right, lights on the pace car, I believe, are out from that camera view. No, I'm sorry, nope, just a blind spot for me, I apologize for that. All right, so last week's winner, Tyler Head, said that he doesn't think he always has confidence to stay up front, but currently right now back in the pack at 12th. We'll see if he can find his way forward. There's our ticker at the top of the screen so you can follow along. All right, pace car is leading this field around here. So we'll see with a single file start if these drivers can get themselves more organized or if it just becomes more chaotic. And those pace cars down. We're going to try it again and go silent lap on the first lap of the race again. See what happens. 20 car all the way against the wall. Oh, delayed green. We have a delayed green, so we are not going green. The pace car will come back out and will lead us around. Sounds like there were some cars stopped in the back there. You kind of see a little bit of it there. So the positive for these drivers is that's one more lap of caution and one less lap they're more likely to wreck on. So this is based on the 2003 system. Oh, we're green. What? Sorry, that was very fast. I apologize. They're going to wait for the green to the line, but Barney called it already. What's going on here? All right, Zach Campbell's away. You got Parker Alexander on the inside here. And they're going to go here through turns 1 and 2 at Martinsville. All right, we have successfully completed a clean lap here to end at lap number 8, begin lap number 9. You see a pretty big single file line all the way back through that camera shot there. Got Zach Campbell, Parker Alexander, 1 and 2. And then Jacob Potok and Brandon McKissick, 3 and 4. Now this track, as I said in our opening intro, is not known for too many lanes of racing. So at some point, you might have to find yourself using your bumper, or as we call it, the chrome horn, to get a pass made here. Look at this lead early. There's a couple gaps here. There's one here for Zach Campbell. Got a nice gap here back to Alexander. But look at that gap for 3rd and 4th. That's opened up pretty big there. That is Potok getting the lead over Brandon McKissick. As I skim back through the field, it looks to be single file as far back as I can see currently. At some point, drivers will become to get impatient, though. That's the 42 car right there that we're looking at on screen. That is Brandon McKissick we're looking at right there with the focus. See that gap there? It looks like the shade has come over the track. Man, that gap right there appears to be opening. So Ricky Rudd Haviland car. Or at one point it was Ricky Rudd. That Haviling's been used for multiple drivers throughout the time. Yeah, Jamie McMurray for 2003. Now what will happen pretty quick here is it will not take long before our leaders catch the end of the line. The Lilac Zaire is currently the last car in line, and you see that's already becoming right there. And then we have a car on the inside. That's the same car again, I believe. It's not the same car. It's a 71 on the inside. That is, yeah, Micah Allard. That's someone who was on our first caution. No caution, though. The stewards have determined the car kept moving. But already your leaders are dealing with lap traffic, and this could be what changes things up here. Zach Campbell now is going to come up on the next lapped car here. And they're going to go way high and scrub the wall. And he's going to make the clean pass. Good job of that. Oh, lap car. No. Oh, no. That's the 8 car. That is not good. That's going to be a caution. There it is. That's the yellow. That is Dylan Roberts who got made contact with. Someone's up on their side. That is Dylan Roberts again. Oh, man. I was just about to praise the... Well, thank you for helping him out there. I was just about to praise the lap car and say how good that lap car was doing at staying out of the way. And it looks like what they did was they stepped on the throttle a little too late. Or a little too early, pardon me, out of the corner. And got it loose. Let's watch the replay here. These Gen 4, yeah. These Gen 4 cars have a lot of power in them. That's also going to be the 91 in the background there, who's going to take some damage as well. That's going to be James Holzer. But these Gen 4 cars have a lot of power in them. And I think it's different for some drivers compared to the next-gen cars or maybe the ARCA cars that we drive on the service. And if you try to stop the gas out of the corner, that's what's going to happen to you right there. You're going to get the car around and unfortunately just made contact. And lots of cars involved here in this wreck. I think I saw the 24 get some front-end damage right at the end of that replay as well. Here we are, lap 19 under caution here at Martinsville. Thanks so much for hanging out here on FTF.GG. Coverage of this series. So far, Zach Campbell has led every lap. The only difference I can see, well, there's a couple of differences in the standings, but the biggest one is during that time with the lap traffic we were focused on, Potak did get around to Alexander. So that has been a swap for second and third. If I look through the standings here as well, I was looking for any big movers. And up 3 spots will both be Jonathan Hernandez. That's the 83 machine. And then Jacob Bradley 3 are both up 3 spots, respectively. Hernandez started 13th up to 10th. Bradley 14th up to 11th. So there's your big movers of the race so far. Being this is Martinsville and the aerodynamics and body work is not as important. If we could go back to the 8 car for a second, you'll see he is still on track despite that big hit. So Dylan Roberts will continue to try to make up some points here. And the car looks okay considering. Dylan Roberts currently 21st, started 6th in that 8 Dale Jr. Budweiser machine. Tracks like this are good for point stays, because even if you get some damage and you get wrecked, you may not be a winning car, but you can sometimes stay out here longer and claim some more points and help out your chances. All right, well, as of this time, I see we're going to have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 cars starting on the inside of this lane here. The 4 cars who are a lap down would be Philip Snipes, Micah Allard, Mike Alexander, and Lilac Zier. That's Philip Snipes on your screen there, and that old 97 Rubbermaid machine. Now, this could change your start a little bit, because now they're going to be side by side with Zach Campbell coming into this first corner, possibly. Pace car is down there, not coming to the inside. I'm not sure if they're just not getting there. There is 97. Right, Zach Campbell's going to lead him around again. Just 1 car to the inside as of now. And green flag is out. We're back green to start lap 23. Look at that 97 side by side with Zach Campbell. And it's going to push Campbell to the outside. And we'll see if that gives the opening for Potak. I think it does. Nope, he went back in line. So this 97 right now is technically on the lead lap. That's what you're fighting for. You're fighting to be on the lead lap if or when another caution comes out. Zach Campbell seems to respect that idea for right now. We'll see how long that lasts. Potak's on the attack here. There's a pass here on the inside, but that 32 Tide Machine getting around Parker Alexander. And caution is out yet again here on lap 24. You can't yet tell from that angle who that is. That's the 91 machine. Wait and see what's going to happen here. That's James Holzer, who's had a rough day of it so far. Involved in the last caution. Take a look here. He's back in the field. I think this guy, oh, hello. Brought a car with him. It's like take a car home day here at the fair. Wow, big hit. Let's see if we can hit one more time here. That's the 6. Oh, the 6 tapped, and then the 6, the 5, and the 91 all got together. Well, folks, here we are live on FTF.GG. We're going to go to break and be back in time for our green flag. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back with you. Here live on FTF.GG for the WINSTEL 2003 season. Pace car is about to pull down, and Zach Campbell is going to lead us around here as we're going to start lap 30 here on this Martinsville Speedway. Single file process. There it is. You see Barney the flagman on the left side of the screen is going to wave that green flag. We are good to go. Jacob Potak this time does not waste any time trying to make that move. Knows he has to be aggressive because so far Zach Campbell has driven away from this field. And we see some 2-wide racing back in the pack a little bit here. As we're already a third of the way through the race, you can see that some drivers are just itching to go here and are tired of being patient. That's going to be the 24, the 32, the 40, the Coors Light Sterling Marlin machine back there all together. Here's Tyler Head with the onboard. The old Papyrus scheme, last week's winner at Texas. Currently running 8th after starting in 12th, so up 4 spots in these first 32 laps. You can see here at Martinsville, everyone wants to run that inside lane. That's the groove, that's the speed right there. Zach Campbell does exactly the same. There's a nice pass there by Emily Howell in the 15, getting under Doucette in the 24. A DEI on Hendrick action here. And we're going to come up on the 12, who needs to pick a lane, and does, I think. See if in the corner here, Powell gets side by side, is not yet out braking Doucette. but I think we'll complete the pass out of the corner here. And nope, we got a fun car. No caution yet, but definitely in contact with the leaders. There's the caution. Oh, more calamity behind it. That is someone spun around. I can't tell who that is from that angle. He is driving backwards. You might want to stop that before iRacing says something otherwise. That's the 60 car there. Finally, he's going to get it there. I think he was just trying to get out of the way, but that is Jacob Bradley. You can only do that for so long before the iRacing stewards will come in and politely ask you to not race anymore. So, got to be careful with that. All right, here is our replay. This is Zach Campbell trying to get around. No, it's not Zach Campbell. Sorry, that's Holzer in the 23, and it's spun him around, and then it's. It looks like we're being told there's 2 different wrecks by race control. This is the first one. Oh, there's the second one. Man, luckily for there it is. That's the 40 and the 60, and that was Emily Howe who we was watching race with Doucette right behind it. You almost have to think that if maybe someone had gotten info to, oh man, this is the thing that happens with these Gen 4 cars, is that it's easy to get them off the ground. And a great example there, as that Gen 4 car just got lifted up off the ground. I like how long that thing rolls. That's forever. All right. Well, we're under caution again here on lap 36. We're a third of the way done with this race already. Now, you have to think with all the cautions we're going to face that fuel should not really be much of a problem for this race. This league is known to run shorter fuel cells to make the drivers pit. Pitting here is so dangerous because Zach Campbell does not want to be anywhere other than where he is at the front of the field. So our wave around car go by. That was Micah Allard, I'm pretty sure, who just went on by the field. Zach Campbell, of course, an accomplished iRacing participant, or driver, if you will. Pro-level driver on the Road Series. Also has come in here and really adapted well. Last season, when WINSTEL mimicked the 2006 season, Zach said he was just, quote-unquote, getting comfortable in the car and performed quite well. Obviously, that trend is continuing here as he's led every lap of Martinsville. And right now, this rate could be on pace to lead all of them. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, Martinsville, a famous track, back at this time did not yet have the lighting that it has nowadays. Always produced that close, tight, bumper beating racing that we're used to. Also well known for its hot dogs for the concession stand. Any TV broadcast you see with Martinsville, you'll see someone holding one of those Martinsville hot dogs. I've yet to try one, but I'm not opposed. All right, looks like we're about to go green here once again. The pace car's leaning to the inside lane. Usually a good sign that he's going to pull off this time. And from there, it'll be in the hands of Barney the Flagman and Zach Campbell to get us moving. And follow along the standings on the top of the screen here. Zach Campbell out of 4. Green flags in the air. Zach Campbell once again is going to lead us down. Look at that, 2 wide back there. Tried to make the power move in that outside lane on that 29 car. And I don't think it's going to complete that pass. That is quite the attempt there. That is very impressive. That 29 car is Jose Solis Jr., who we've seen have tremendous success here in the WINSTEL League. Had an amazing race last week until the very last few laps. Gonna ride on board here. Watch him try to run down that 42 car. If we can move back 1 to that, will be 5th place. That's Parker Alexander behind Jose Solis Jr. Parker, of course, started this race in 2nd. Had a difficult start and is still under attack. So we'll see if Parker can reclaim those spots. Parker, a well-known member of the iRacing community. Well respected. quite telling apart from Parker. Oh, hold on. We got some images back here. That's the 9. They're 3 wide at Martinsville. That's not going to work. You got to get that sorted out. Thank you so much. Ooh. That was tight. That was Brandon McGee on the inside. I know I saw that. I think that was 80 on the front of him. Oh, hold on. Yells out. Aaron Smith was the 80. It's the 2 car. And the 8 car. That's Dylan Roberts and Chris Champeau. Each already involved in a caution this evening and now involved in another. Dylan Roberts having a pretty tough night here. Wait, cue up a replay. Here we go. Going to be Roberts there with Champeau behind. Well, it's going to break for the corner. Champeau just got into him. I'm trying to rack my memory of this race. That seems like what happened at the start of the race with different drivers. Roberts is going to catch up to the 10. That 10 car is Alex Bates. But there was plenty of space there. See the AOL car and many others are going to pack in here and get some small damage. Nice job by Dylan Roberts flipping that thing around and getting moving, though. Threw it in a gear and flipped it around. Champeau does his own version of it. Not quite as impressive as what Dylan Roberts did. All right, well, Champeau is now going to come down pit road. It's a very slow pit road here, folks. It is a pit road speed of 35 miles an hour. That feels incredibly slow when you're used to racing here. If you even hint at touching the gas pedal, you can be beyond the speed limit here and end up with a speeding penalty on pit road. It is very difficult to maintain a pace down pit road here. In fact, we might just see that Champeau is going to get lapped here as the field's going to come around. There he is on the inside. So that now puts him 1 lap down just because he pitted here at Martinsville. Champeau, of course, did take claim for that wreck. That is a part of this WINSTEL League. They asked that if you are the cause of it, you claim it. It helps them know who caused what and what to go review. So, to his credit, Champeau has owned up to the wreck and admitted that was his fault in spinning Dylan Roberts. All right, well, let's go and take a look at our top 10 here. We'll just run down the list for you. Not Parker Alexander. He's in 5th. Let's start at the top, where I should start. Zach Campbell's in 1st. Jacob Potak's in 2nd. Brandon McKissick's in 3rd. Jose Solis Jr. is up in 4th. Parker Alexander in 5th. Alex Kolinek, we've not mentioned him yet tonight. He's down in 6th in that 32 car. Evan Locke in 7th. Tyler Head in 8th. Jonathan Hernandez in 9th. And then Nicholas Doucette in that 24 car is in P10. So that is a look at your top 10 here for the virtual 2003 Virginia 500 as they run as of this point. We're just about to hit the halfway point. I don't think it's a surprise to anyone here tonight that we're seeing stack-ups in turns 1 and turns 3. That is usually the problem spot anywhere in the corners of Martinsville. The straights are typically clean. It's getting in and out of the corners that are difficult. Now, these Gen 4 cars, newish to iRacing. iRacing released them for this Season 2 build, and the community's had a lot of fun with them so far. There's even now a fixed series you can run on iRacing with a C-Class license. All right, we're ready to go. The 91 car is going to start on the inside, as is his prerogative as a lap-down vehicle. So we'll see if he decides to race Zach Campbell to turn 1. Remember, earlier the 97 did that successfully and got themselves on the lead lap again. This is James Holzer on the inside. Green flag is out once again here at Martinsville. Coming to lap 50. And Holzer does race side by side with Campbell. Now, Potak's going to try to dig on the inside and try to make the pass here. I don't think it's going to work. Let's watch it here in turns 3. And Zach Campbell does a great job of blocking Potak as much as possible. So far, Holzer's holding on to that lead lap. And will possibly complete the pass. Now Potak's on the inside. Now it's a side-by-side race here off of 2 for these drivers. Down into 3. They're still even up. And the only thing holding up Potak is now the 91. And as of that, oh man, Campbell says, I'm done with that, and just cut way across the track. Campbell has reclaimed his lead. Holzer is still claiming that spot on the lead lap. There's your 32 we talked about. That is racing here. That's Alex Collix in the 32 in that tied ride. Parker Alexander in the 1 right behind him. We can move back to, let's go find, lost my spot. A couple battles. There's the battle I was looking for. Thank you. I was trying to find a car number back. That's the 43, the 5, the 9, 8. The others all racing back here. This is going to be back in the field here. This is going to be back for like 25th through 29th, roughly, depending on where these cars are lined up now. There's that 97 now getting involved. Amazing two-wide racing happening at Martinsville. Ooh, 71 got way loose. Look at that. The caution is out for something separate. Boy, when you see that 71 wiggle like that, that is scary. And if we can see it on a camera, that means it wiggled really hard inside that car. All right, we're going to wait and find the cause of the caution. We'll show it to you here. Looks like Jacob Bradley 3 will be involved. He's claiming to be the reason for the caution. And oh, holy Pete just ran over the 16. Like, wow, that's Chris Hancock who got ran over. And I don't know if Hancock was just off speed or something, but Bradley came off this corner and just, look at this, just runs him over. It's a classic. We've seen that move at Martinsville. Oh, he got himself in the grass. Hard as it is to get yourself an off-track 1X here at Martinsville, I believe that Jacob Bradley just did so. Now he's just sitting here. I think he's waiting for the field to go by so he can be at the tail end of the line where he's supposed to be, I believe. Not sure. All right, folks, well, we're beyond halfway, and Zach Campbell is still your leader. That run by the 46 was the closest we've seen so far when it comes to making that pass. He used that 91 car, who I want to check our timing and scoring real quick. Yes. James Holzer, if we can find him on camera, is a lead lap car. So he did successfully race his way back up front and made his way around there. And then also that's the Stacker 2 vehicle. That's the 23. That's Ross Lineback, who is your lucky dog here, and we'll get the free pass. So 2 cars back in the lead lap. The amazing stat I have for you so far is we are more than halfway through this race, and only 4 cars are a lap down. Russ Lineback is still laps down. He got one of them back. So he will not be lead lap yet, but is quickly working their way there. So we take a look at the top 10. Nothing really changed. Parker Alexander moved up 1 spot and swapped with Alex Collins, as you see him lined up here. But other than that, not much is different. Tyler Head has worked his way up into P7. Tyler, of course, one of the admins here of this WINSTEL 2003 league. Does a great job of keeping everything organized and, you know, having sessions and ideas for this league to continue. So thank you to Tyler and the admin team for all that you do. See him there in that old papyrus machine, representing the NASCAR 2003 simulator in and of itself. I almost said game, but I thought maybe there'd be people coming with pitchforks and, you know, rude comments. So I said simulator. All right, we're at that point of the race where now the ticker on the top of your screen has started to count down. 41 to go here at Martinsville. Zach Campbell in the lead. In baseball so far, we call this wire to wire for a season. In racing, we call it flag to flag. Can Zach Campbell stay up front the whole race? 40 laps to go. We'll figure it out. Pace car's down. Green flag being waved right there on your screen. And whoo, look, Potak's trying to get there. Dug way to the inside. And man, there was no way that was going to stick. Even if he got to the inside. And they're quickly too wide here, back for 8th, 9th, or 10th place back there. That's Tyler Head right there, behind the 29 and the 32 of Alex Kolinix. I think they got it single filed out for now. Car, if we can see there, is on the outside. That's the only car I can see on the outside lane. He currently is having a hard time back there in the field. You can see him right there. That is Timothy Latham, currently on the outside of that Coors Light machine, getting past. When you're out there, and it just sometimes it just feels like there's like a freight train going by, but he found his way in front of that Interstate Batteries, number 18 Pontiac, and caution's out again. 38 to go. We'll have another caution here. Oh. That is, I believe, James Holster and Dylan Roberts again involved in a wreck. These guys are testing the durability of these Gen 4 machines by being involved in multiple wrecks tonight. Wow. Looks like Matt Skipper in the 43, I believe, is going to claim credit for this incident. So we'll wait and see what Matt thinks he did wrong. That's going to be Matt Skipper up ahead in the screen here in that yellow and blue Cheerios 43 machine. It's going to get under the 30. Oh, it's going to cause an accordion backwards. There you go. That'll do it. All things considered, not as bad of a wreck as I thought at first. That's Tyler Murray he's going to get up under in the 30 AOL Jeff Green machine. Tries to make the pass and no room there. And then you see an accordion backwards. That's the 43, the 8, the 91... the 10, I think the 97 might have either been involved or just barely missed this wreck as well. All right, that's going to be the 91, I think I just saw coming down pit road there. All right, folks, so I do want to say thanks for hanging out here tonight on FTF.GG and watching this race with us. Next week, April 30th, this series will go to Auto Club Speedway. And then, of course, May 7th, they will have their version of the Coca-Cola 600. That'll be 55 laps here. So the next 2 weeks, we're lined up for racing in this WINSTEL 2003 season. But first, tonight, we got to resolve and see what happens at Martinsville. Suspect next week, my partner Justin Prince will be back with me here, calling all the action at Auto Club. Justin, I miss you tonight. Hope you're feeling well. See a couple free pass cars going on by there. As this race is going on, it feels like Jacob Potak is getting more and more desperate to make that move. And it's getting scarier and scarier, folks, because right now, the last, I think, 2 restarts, that move would not have stuck. Even if he thought he was clear on Campbell, I think he would have slid up that track and would have taken Campbell out with him. So obviously there's a desire to lead this race and a desire to win. You got to have a clean race car and a race car left to get there. That would be my advice for Jacob Potak if you were listening. Right, well, of course, the winner of this race in real life always receives a grandfather clock. Many drivers have multiple of these in their household. No grandfather clock tonight for these drivers, but points and bragging rights will be what's on the line. As we started to state earlier, this is the 2003 season, so this is points only for how we determine a winner at the end of the season. No playoffs, no chase, no winning in, nothing more than just points. This is how you're going to win this title at the end of the season. All right, well, the pace car is going to be down, and with 31 to go, Zach Campbell will take the green flag here and try to lead this field around. However, they have to be to the outside until the start-finish line. Cannot pass on the inside before then, or you will receive a black flag. Single file restarts was the norm back in 2003. Here we go. And right now, green flag's in the air. Bonnie the Flagman waves that green flag. And this time, Potak, more reserved, does not dig it in there. Right. Nice, clean run for Campbell. A bit of a gap there. And leads another lap here. So now we're down to 31, 30 to go. Campbell is still leading here. Further back in the field, you'll see the 25 of Evan Locke is stuck on the outside, racing side by side with 83. This is a battle for P9. You see Emily Howe here as well. Sorry, that's with the 25. The old Jerry Nadeau machine. Emily completes that pass and gets on by. Emily Howe, part of that Napa Know-How racing team. DEI teammates with Parker Alexander and Dylan Roberts. Time is quickly ticking down here, folks. We're already 28 to go. Right now, the gap is increasing not only between the leader and second place, but between Potok and third place is also increasing. That's Brandon McKissick back there. This feels like Campbell has figured out how to get on this throttle correctly here at Martinsville and how to get around these corners and be successful. All right, we're coming up on what may be our longest green flag run of this race so far. Not to curse that, but I think that's where we are. Oh, man, the 25 really wanted to test that theory, though. And we're going to get a couple side-by-side. This is Elliott Sadler's 38 and 18. And then the 9 and the 23 all side-by-side here. Oh, there's a spinner. That's Micah Allard on the inside wall and is going to keep moving. And we're going to say green. Micah Allard's had a rough night from the first wreck of the night through a couple spins. And at this point, he's just hanging on. Just wants to be this race, have this race over with. All right, now we see the Hendrick cars, the 48 and the 20. I'm sorry, it's 25. That's the Hendrick car, the 48 there. That's Sean Pellig, who finished top 3 last week at Texas. Now we see another Hendrick car in the 5. He's getting around to 38. Going to open the door for others to pass. And that's going to allow the 9 to get on through. Brennan McGee going to make that pass as well on the 38. Next would be the 18 in that Interstate Batteries Pontiac MB&A machine. Don't think he's going to get it. As this is going on in the back, I can tell you that our leader is still the same. It's still Zach Campbell. He's opened up almost a 1-second lead at this point on the field. You can see to watch here in the back. That's the 24 and the 29 battling. Nice single groove racing here. No one's trying to be aggressive, but not spin themselves out at the same time. We're now down to 20 to go here at the line. There will be 20 to go at the line when the leader gets there. We go. And caution's out yet again. And that's going to be a car spun around. We've seen that car already involved, I believe. That's the 60 and the 30. Cars that are divisible by 10 were at threat in this race. There's another car backing up. How long is he going to get to do that? That gets it backed up here. He's going to wait his turn in line. See what happened here. 30 car all by themselves. Here's the 60. Oh, got some help. That's going to be from the 6. Let's go through some names here. That's Jacob Bradley, 3 spun around there. He was spun by Ben Hancock. Hancock's just going to get a beautiful run here. It's going to make up a lot of time and just barely tap that bumper. And then where, if we stay on this for a second, oh, the 30 just got nervous. Oh, and the 23. Might be a second wreck back there. I thought maybe at first the 30 just got nervous and just slammed on the brakes too hard. We'll wait and see here. This is Tyler B. Murray in the 30 AOL machine. Oh, the 23. I apologize. The 23 of Ross Leinbach. Look, he just stabbed the brakes too hard. And he got it loose and hit the wall and came down and hit the 30. So I apologize to the 30 for putting blame there. That was not your fault. All right, well, time is quickly coming to an end here. We're now on starting a lap 80. We'll be lap 85 when we come around again. So only of this 100 lap race. The potential of only one green-white checker here in the WINSTEL 2003 season. So this race is moving pretty fast, unless you're Zach Campbell. If you're Zach Campbell, these laps cannot run fast enough. There's nothing worse now than thinking you would lead the first 85, 86, 87 laps, and then one small mistake could take it from you. That's sort of what happened to Jose Solis Jr. last week. Jose had an incredible run at Texas, and that green-white checker just took it from him. So that's what Zach Campbell does not want to have happen. All right, this will be the last time that lap cars could start on the inside if we were to have another caution. So I'm listening to race control. Okay. If any lap cars want to start on the inside, this is their last chance to do so. Within 10 to go, the rules state that lap cars must start at the back of the field. Race control is encouraging these drivers to have some patience and not run over each other. We'll see how that goes. All right. Race controls on these drivers about how big those gaps are. And you can see them back there. Look at the 24 back to the 15. There's a car in the middle there. Those gaps should not be that big. Parker Alexander back up to third, by the way. Wants to make a run at this. Zach Campbell, Potak, and Parker Alexander, your top three, as we're about to go green any moment now here at Martinsville. This time, Potak to the outside. A different strategy than what we've seen before. Almost opened the door for Alexander to sneak in, but did not happen. Meanwhile, as that's happening, if we look back here at Timothy Latham or Ryan Doucette, look at that battle back here in the back of your screen here. Too wide racing that's getting aggressive back here. People are wanting spots. 40 involved there. See the 23 involved. 48 is Sean Peleg and the 15 Emily Howe. There's Latham and 12 on behind it. So you can find your way around this mess here. This is a good number of spots, but getting around this mess at Martinsville is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, due to how narrow this track is. So watching this battle here happening. 77 now. This is Doucette. This is Ryan Doucette. And that yellow 77 car is going to make the pass successfully and open the door for Peleg to get around. Peleg will take the invite and pass on through as well. I think Emily Howe is now going to try to make that move and keep going with it. All right. I'm almost here for the end of the race. We're now down to 9 to go. As you see that Zach Campbell is still leading. Potak's in third. Parker Alexander's in fourth. And then I see Alex Kolinix up to fourth, by the way. So nice moves there. As of right now, it looks like nothing's going to stop Zach Campbell. All Zach can hope for is no more wrecks, and we just quickly end this. Every restart has to be nervous. Has to be a nervous point, I should say, for Zach Campbell. 7 to go. All right, let's go back here if we can to that Ryan Doucette battle. Ryan's now fighting on the outside here. And that is going to be Tyler Head on the inside. Nice side-by-side battle. This is the battle for 8th and 9th on track. As they're side-by-side here. Coming down through. Head will try to complete this pass on the inside, but Doucette carried a lot of momentum. And going through it, and it cautions out. Caution is out. This will probably lead us into a green-white checker. That is the 97 involved in this wreck. Philip Snipes, and he has claimed credit for what we're about to see. 2x2 racing here. That's the 43 of Matt Skipper on the inside, and it's got ran over by the 60. I think the last time we saw that scenario, the 60 was the one being ran over. And now has decided to return the favor. These Gen 4 cars seem so easy to get up off the ground in the back end. It makes bump drafting in a super speedway really hard. And makes any kind of bump and run almost impossible at these tracks without wrecking someone in the process. Well, if we do get there, which I believe we will get to our green-white checker finish here in this series, I should tell you how it works. It's simple. It's green-white checker. And from there, no matter what happens, it is green-white checker. The stewards have said they do not care if there's a wreck. We will finish under green. So even if you wreck on the green, we're going to come to the white. We're going to come to the checker. It's done. So at a race like this for Zach Campbell, it's almost team no lift at this point to make sure you get this victory. What is Campbell doing? He's just, I think he's always just letting the, okay, he's just being extra conservative and letting the 30 car by. But these rules are more interesting for maybe someone back in the field. Maybe a Tyler Head back in 9th. Maybe an Emily Howe back in 13th. A Ali Osman at 5, maybe back in 17th. If you see a wreck happening, you just need to go if you can find a way around it. Because there will be no caution here. We will end this race normally. And we're still 3 to go, and the pace car is still here, so... Race control is now reminding the drivers of what I just told you. Race control is reminding the drivers, even though there is this rule in place, that is not freedom to just, you know, kill the field. The race control will go back and look and see what caused the incident. So if you think if they think you caused it, then, you know, there might be some words had after the race. Race control is also on these drivers to close those gaps in those restarts. We've seen some big gaps tonight. They want them tight up here. They think it'll help with the restarts and not have those big gaps for people to get runs here. Well, if you're Jacob Potok, you've worked all race long to figure out what to do. Maybe you're frustrated that you just can't find a way around. I'm not sure. If you're Zach Campbell, it's one more time. Just make the block you need to make. It'll be good. And Parker Alexander, you're probably hoping for these two guys to make some contact and not finish the race. All right, so it's Campbell, Potok, Alexander, Kolonix, McKissick, Doucette, Jose Solis, Ryan Doucette, Tyler Head, and Gabriel Mauricio in your top 10 if you go green here. One final time, Zach Campbell leads them around. Green, white checker, and Martinsville starts now. See, Zach Campbell blocks that move by Potek. Very successful. Look at them side by side back here behind it, though. That's the 32, and I can't tell the other car number. But they're side by side now. We're going to come to the white flag. Look at this battle here. This is where it's going to be decided. That's oh, they're 3 wide. That's something you don't say at Martinsville very often. They're going to keep it 3 wide, and they're going to settle it. No wrecking. We're going to come to the line here, and it looks like this has been settled up front. Zach Campbell is going to win here at Martinsville. Let's watch that field, and then we're coming back, though. Oh, Potok spun it at the line. That's, I guess, the best place to spin it. Now they're going to come in through and just cram it all in for their normal victory celebration. Some major calamity. Oh, help him out there. Well, what could have been calamity before the checker was safe. See, Emily Howe's having some problems there with her back of her car. The interesting feature of that car, to say the least. Oh, it's still, there we go. Finally fell. Oh, Parker helps her out. Well, well, well. All right. Well, in a moment, we're going to pull up our race results and walk through where everyone finished. These guys have some. I think they raced this league just to get to this point. They don't, whatever. All right. So Zach Campbell is your winner. Jacob Potok in second. Parker Alexander in third. Brandon McKissick in fourth. Collix in fifth. Ryan Doucette comes in sixth. Jose Solis Jr. in seventh. Nicholas Doucette, the 24, in eighth. And Tyler Head to 86 in ninth. And Sean Pellig rounds out your top 10. Moving on to P11, we'll have Gabriel Mauricio, followed by Jonathan Hernandez, Emily Howe, Timothy Latham, Evan Locke, Aaron Smith II, Ali Osman, TJ Crampton, Brandon McGee, and James Holzer rounding out your top 20. This will be your last page of cars on the lead lap. Kyle M. Benson, Dylan Roberts, Steve Gauthier, Matt Skipper, Brandon Cruz Monsivais, Jacob Bradley 3, Alex Bates, Hayden Rapus, Tyler B. Murray, and then Philip Snipes, the last car on the lead lap. These cars all one lap down or more. Micah Allard, Anthony Krobach, Lilac Zier, Ben Hancock, Ross Lineback, Chris Hancock, Chris Champeau, and then Mike Alexander, 83 laps down. Wow, what a race that was, is what I can say here. Let's see if we have anyone. See if we can get a word with our winner. See, they're going to come down in a moment, but an incredible race, 100 laps here at Martinsville Speedway in these Gen 4 cars. Exciting night. So this will definitely have some points implication that we can look at next week and see where we stand with the points. What's going to happen here? So as I said, and to start this broadcast, a very big contrast from last week. Last week, the big track, lots of speed, multiple lanes of racing. Tonight, lots of chrome horns being used would be my summary in a race quick way of this race tonight. All right, well, it looks like, unfortunately, our drivers are unavailable for comment post-race. So, on behalf of everyone here at FTF.GG, I want to go ahead and thank Zach Johnson for being in my ears tonight, being the producer of this race. For my normal partner, Justin Prince. Justin, I miss you. Come back soon, please. My name is Derek Watson. Thanks so much for watching this virtual 2003 Virginia 500, and we'll see you next week.